Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, I don't normally do videos like this, but I thought I'd do a sort of vlog type video. I won't get enough time to do a proper video today, so this will do, and you'll get to know a bit about the kind of crap I get up to in my day. So, today I'm going to go in the shed. I'm going to set up Zomberts ribs for some tests. So while I'm doing that, I'll show you myself setting it all up, cutting the wood for it, and discussing what I'll be doing with it. So I've just got to put on me dirty old work clothes now, and then we'll go out into the garden and into the shed and into the Wendy house, summer house. Right, got my work stuff on. Don't know about where you are, it's fucking cold here. Right, so we'll go out in the shed and that, and I'll explain to you what I mean by Zomberts ribs and why Zombert needs ribs. So yeah, we'll get out there now. So this is Zombert, if you wasn't sure, and here's my weapons testing dummy. So one of the ideas I had for Zombert originally was to have breakable arms, which I still will do, breakable arms and breakable ribs. The arms can be broken like right now if I wanted to, it's just replacing them. But I never got round to doing the ribs. And the ribs are to test things like, you know, if you was wearing body armour and you was hit by certain things, would it still break your ribs basically? So if a baseball bat, if you struck with a baseball bat, would that break your ribs? Or if a very powerful crossbow was shot and this stopped it, would it still break your ribs? Stuff like that. So what I'm going to do today is put those ribs in and set this up for those tests. So the other things that will be going on in there, so it will have milk bottles, you know, the plastic milk jugs underneath for a pair of lungs. You can fill those with liquid, and if a crossbow bolt penetrated or damaged those bottles, the liquid would leak out and you'd have a visual representation of the damage. So you'd have the lungs and then the ribs, and the ribs won't just be ribs on their own, they'll be ribs with some foam padding over them and in between them. So inset between the ribs will be foam over it and between them to represent your flesh and your muscles, your chest muscles. And then over that I can put some chamois leather for the skin. What I may also do is put on top of that, so this won't be a very scientific set of tests, but at least give you some idea of what, you know, what damage can happen. I may put a piece of paper on top of the chamois leather to represent bruising. So what we can do, we can shoot this, and then when we take it off, if the paper has been cracked or, you know, broken, you'll know that that would break the initial bits of your, you know, the very first layers of your skin, causing bruising. If it goes through the chamois leather, it would go deep into your skin, and, you know, and further and further. And then we can, and all this can be taken off in layers to see what damage is done. So what I need to do now is get in his bodily cavity and put his ribs in. Right, so this is where obviously his ribs will be, going across here, and then over that I can lay this foam to represent the you know, pecs and that, your chest muscles, and then cut into here. How many I'm going to be able to fit? Not many, maybe about 4, maybe 5 ribs, maybe with the sternum bit across there, whatever it's called. So yeah, it's not going to be very scientific, but at least give you an idea. And then what we can do, we can shut these bits up, these velcro over to hold it on, and then you'd have the skin and all that. So yeah, so what I need to do now is basically start cutting, where is it, this piece of wood here for the ribs. And I asked people how large ribs were, and they reckoned about as big as your little finger. So what I'm going to do, I think I'll just leave this wood how thick it is and cut it about 12 mil. So I don't know how thick my finger is anyway. We'll see in a minute. Right, I cut this to length and then I'll start cutting it into rib size bits, I suppose. I would assume some kind of hardwood would be best for this, but you know, I can only use what I've got. So yeah, let me see how many of these would go. I think you might get 5. So what I think I'll do, I will leave them that thickness and have them about as thick as my finger, and then that will be the ribs. They'll probably be bigger. And what I might do, to make it a bit more realistic, I'll shape them into a sort of round shape. And obviously these ribs aren't going to curve round like they should, but you know, again, as I said, it's the best I can do with what I've got. Right, that's what I was originally going to do. I think that's too big. This is what I'm doing now. If you actually look, probably is about as thick as my little finger, about as wide as my little finger. So that will be the ribs. You know, it'll give us a little bit of an idea. It's not going to be highly accurate, but good enough. So I'll do as many of those as I can fit onto that piece of foam. All I do with these basically is just put them in here, thin them down a bit. So these will now be inset into here if possible. I'll see how well this stuff cuts out. But I need to cut a channel into this stuff, lay these in. Otherwise what I'll do, I'll just tape them onto it and fill the gaps with some kind of foam. Right, so here's some semi-realistic ribs, I suppose. So you've got the chest muscles and the flesh. The ribs are actually inset into that muscle. And then I could even get some of this extra bits in between there now, if I want to. I don't want to make it too difficult to get at. I still want to get at the ribs easy enough, so I may just leave it like this, because this will be better than, you know, better than it could be. So I'll think about it. I may stick those on with some tape, but I want to be able to take these ribs out easily so you can replace them. Some of the carvings. Thought while I was here I might have a look, see if I can find a pole for Liam's warhammer. I was going to make him weapons and stuff. I need to get, if I can't find one I'm going to buy one, but I was going to see if I could find one. Save me buying one. I'll let you know if I do. Right, so that's his ribs pretty much done. I think this should be a good representation, a good enough one for us lot anyway. So he's got the sort of centre bit in, if that's your sternum, that bit, ribs with the cartilage between it. Just one little thing to finish it off now. I think right in the middle would do. Pen's not really working. Two of them. And then it's done, ready to go in. Right, there is Zomberts' chest muscles, and he's even got nipples now. Right, so yeah, that's that done. That'll fit in his body, you know, on his chest obviously. I did have a look for a steel pipe for Liam's Warhammer, but I couldn't find one. So I think what I'll do now is put that into Zomberts' chest, test the bottles in behind it or whatever, and put all the things over it that are supposed to be over it, so the skin and all that, and then see what else I've got to do for the day. Right, so that's where the ribs would be. You have to just ignore this bit. This is just to pad out his sort of shoulder area, as long as we know where to shoot. So you've got the skin, the muscle underneath, the ribs, and this just pulls straight off. So I can now put a piece of paper over this to test for the bruising, put the covers back over to represent, you know, a t-shirt and a jumper, or maybe a t-shirt, jumper and jacket, because he's got a t-shirt and jumper. So t-shirt, jumper, jacket, and then the body armor. So it would represent someone fully clothed, really. Yeah, and then we can do tests for the various different things then. I just thought that looks like a pair of udders sticking down. That made me laugh then. That's the first time I noticed that. So anyway, that's his lungs. So if they get pierced, they would leak. So you can put liquid in those. There's even enough room in there to probably stick a 10 sort of heart in there. So now you've got all the different layers ready to be tested, basically. So there he is. He can be tested now. So coming up soon then will be some rib tests. So apart from the things I mentioned, shooting him with a crossbow with the body armor on. The whole point is having the body armor on. So the body armor, because we know if you shot without body armor, it's going to go straight through you. So with the body armor on, testing whether crossbows would break your ribs, various melee weapons, would they break your ribs? You know, or put it the other way, would a bullet and stab proof vest protect you from melee weapons? So if you can think of any other ideas for tests, let me know. That's the only ones I can come up with, you know, right this second. But I will have a think. I'm probably going to have to possibly call it a day to this video now. I'll show you myself quickly. I might have to cook the dinner now. It's about that time. So yeah. So I may be back, we'll see. So this may be the end of the video, or it may be longer. If there's still time on it, I've carried on filming something else. Right, this will be the end of the video. I thought I'd do a bit indoors while I was here, just to finish it off, do a bit of a sort of update of what's coming. So future videos, there's obviously going to be plenty more shooting competitions coming up. I've got at least 5 or 6 more to go. And then there's more people who want to join anyway, just haven't sent their footage in yet. Got a new computer game to stream. I thought this would probably be quite good for streaming. The Long Dark. It's a survival game, but like a traditional, you know, you've got to get fire and water and food. Proper survival kind of stuff. You can get attacked by wolves. Looks quite good. Seems like it'll be good to stream anyway. That'll be streamed on Twitch. My link to the link to my Twitch is below if you ever want to join that. I stream usually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes Sunday, sometimes Thursday, because Friday and Saturday I do YouTube streams. But yeah, but I'm on camera on that. You can see me. And then the other thing I was just going to mention, some of the upcoming videos, as I said. So yeah, shooting competition will be coming up. I might do a catalogue nostalgia soon because I've not done any of those for a while. The next one will be a BB gun, like airsoft gun catalogue, big one. Got a lot of good, interesting stuff from the early 2000s. What you could buy then. Film Club, I think Film Club will now be done either Monday, so next Monday, if not next Monday, next Tuesday. So it was sat in about 4 days or something, 4 or 5 days. Yeah, I'll do those then. Certain days I can't do the Film Club now, I don't have enough time. And then we've got the how to make a slingshot, that'll be coming up. And then I've got some other stuff. So yeah, there's plenty coming up. I just thought I'd mention some of them because I know some people may be waiting for certain things. So yeah, that's about it really. I just thought I'd do a sort of vlog style video, something a bit different, sort of handheld type of thing, while I was doing some stuff. But although I finished doing Zombert, there was some other things I wanted to do but I didn't get around to it. So yeah, I'm going to go and have my dinner now. I've got a sausage casserole with roast potatoes and possibly some vegetables if I cook them. There's vegetables in the casserole, but alright, hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, see you later.